Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome to episode 16 of Civilization Beyond Earth. I've only just noticed that the PAC there has jumped massively ahead of me in score. I'm not too sure how they did that. Maybe they have taken a city or two. In fact they have, I hadn't even noticed, but they've actually taken Uzbek away from the Slavic Federation, so that's probably why they've suddenly jumped up in score, because they've won a war and got themselves a little bit of extra land, and they are still settling extra cities around. I'm going to be settling another one soon, so I'm not too worried about that. I'm making a little bit of energy, not a huge amount. I do need to sort my economy out. I'm also trying desperately to get... Yeah, not bothered what you want. Also trying desperately to get an explorer down to those progenitor ruins if I can. Not... who do you want to go to war with? You want to go to war with the Slavic Federation. No interest in that. I mean, I could do, but I really don't see the point in doing so. Where are we? We're over here somewhere. There's photo systems finished. It's actually given us level 2 in harmony, which we don't really need, but oh well. Those workers have moved off, so we can actually go down here now and we can found our outpost. That's exactly where I want it to be there. We can grab all of this nice stuff. We could also build another one down here. There's no reason why we can't. Gran Exeto, what do we want here? Let's go ahead and get that laboratory. Choose research now because we've actually... ran out of stuff. I was thinking that it was a science that I needed to research in order to be able to build the receiver to decode the signal, but it's not. It's actually something that you have to build. It's like a project that you have to do, the same as the Apollo program or the Manhattan project in Civ 5. So I did derp a little bit on that one, but it's not too terrible. I might go for biometallurgy because that would give us another supremacy affinity. It would also allow us to get 1 extra energy from mines, so that could be very, very useful to get. So let's go ahead and put a science in that. It will give us bioengineering first, which we don't technically need, but it's useful to have. The xenomaleum's probably already gone anyway, but we'll see what we can get. As for you, we need to try and get you all the way over here, and that's going to be a right nightmare getting you around this way, but it's probably the only way we're going to have a chance of getting there. I'm still not convinced we'll get to it in time, but I will give it a go. You have built the mine there. That's fantastic. Let's go... Oh, let's actually go over here, and we'll remove the miasma first, and then we'll get another xenomass well. So what I might do is actually come up here when we've got our own borders and we can repair it up in this this city's borders. That'll be a nice thing. Because we've kind of gone all the way around the map now. At least we've uncovered the outline, the border of the other continent. Still 17 turns away from a virtue. We'll have to try and grow this city as quickly as we can. We'll probably have to use a few more trade routes for that. Covert operations, of course. You have arrived. Let us go ahead and... let's try and steal some science from you if we can. Science is always good. Yep, you're going to clear the miasma first because you've got to clear the forest before you can build the xenomass well. So you'll probably end up losing loads and loads of health. Or you'll die before you get it done. So we'll stay around there. I'll probably end up losing that cruiser because I do know that there's a sea dragon around and I can't really go anywhere to sort of hide from it right now. So we're going to have to go this way. A few units that we're going to have to sort of squeeze through if we want to try and get down there, but we're getting there.
By trade.
No, his lips didn't even move that time. This game truly does have more bugs than Starship Troopers. She's not even saying anything, she's just smiling and nodding, but at least that solves the problem with the lip sync. That's the second time in like 3 turns you've asked me if I want to go to war with the Slavic Federation. If you want to go to war with the Slavic Federation, be my guest, but don't get me involved. In fact, you've only just recently peaced out with them. Okay, so, gonna take a little while moving this way, because they've got a lot of units and crap in the way, but we will get down there eventually. Ah, they've now... Why do we do... We still have open borders. So I can actually go in there and steal it from within their grounds. It'll really upset them, but I don't care. What do we want to go and build over here now? Any of these tiles... These are all tundra, aren't they? There's a lot of tundra tiles here. And building that... Not that one. What is it? Lost it. Was it that one? Cell cradle. There we go. No. Okay, I'm having a bit of an issue. What was I just looking at a second ago? They gave me like +1 from tundras. Mass digester, there we go. +4 grower specialist slots, which we won't really need, but +1 energy from tundra tiles. So let's go ahead and get the mass digester there. We're also going to get some solar collectors built wherever we can as well. Prosperity, actually, you can work on that. Let's go and build a solar collector. Now, solar collectors are quite nice because as far as satellites go, they only require production. A lot of satellites require a mix of petroleum and titanium, which we do have some of, but this makes it a little bit easier. Trade convoy. We could actually... Oh no, you're a land route, so you can't go to our outpost, so you're going to continue to Fidel. You're just going to stay there until we actually get some borders that you can do anything with. Let's go on to the next turn there. And for once, not very often I use solar collectors. I normally have a slightly better economy than this, so it's not working out for me particularly well in this game. So we'll see what we can do. Try and keep the overall health up where we can. Yeah, don't really need open borders with you. And so unfortunately we won't reach that titanium. We could, if we really wanted to, drop another city in here. The main reason for wanting this city though is because there's 2 sources of 9 ferrexite here, and there's also coral, which is quite good as well. Let's go ahead and see what we can see. We can move you down. We're going to have to sort of skip across the water a little bit, but we should be able to get there. Hopefully they're not grabbing that right now. You have finished the mag rail. Now what do I want to do with you now? That basalt could actually be quite useful. I'm going to move... Well, there's a unit on it at the moment, but what I'm going to do is just go and buy the tile. Only 85 energy, not that much. Shoves that African Union artillery into a miasma tile, so he'll take some damage, which is quite nice. Trade vessel. We could send this trade vessel now to our outpost. And in fact, I think I will. Again, it's not helping the money situation, but I think it's worth doing. Miasma has been cleared near Fidel. Intrigue level in Ainsa has increased. So let's reassign you to Ainsa. There's a good thing is you can just keep moving one counter spy around. It's usually enough to do it. Prosperity has finished its solar collector. Now you don't have tundra tiles because these are mostly plains. There's a couple of tundra tiles around. Okay, you've got more than I thought. Maybe you should get a neoplanetarium then. Not neoplanetarium, mass digester. Let's go for that then. We do have a solar collector there now, ready to launch. And where do we want to put that over? Somewhere with a good population, because more people means more tiles worked. Unfortunately, I shouldn't have really put my orbital satellite over Liqueur, because that has my highest population, but probably Ainsa is going to be fine. I'm guessing pretty much most of those tiles are going to be worked there. You always want to make sure that the city's covered as well, because covering the city will actually give you more energy. So we're up +4. Once that's in orbit, it'll give us a little bit more. I think, or we're at +1. Let's just have a quick look now what our yields are. So all tiles that are being worked should now give +1 energy. Yeah, we're working most of them. We're not working the water ones. Well, which was it? Was it these ones? So yeah, we are actually working all of the tiles that provide energy. So that's pretty good. It hasn't given us a huge amount, but it's given us an extra little bit. So good enough for now. You are going to continue working your way down. It's going to be a pain in the arse, but we might get there. Xenomass well, for sure. You were going down there to the basalt. Trade convoy, you can continue to prosperity, I think, this time around. Definitely need to get some more generators. Only 4 energy per turn is pretty terrible. Although once you build the what is it called? Can't remember the name of the thing. The beacon. Once you actually construct the beacon costs a certain amount of energy to build. I think you need like 1,000 energy to build the beacon. And then for the next 30 turns, it consumes any additional energy you produce. So I think you can still get energy from trading, from selling things and stuff. If you sell it directly for a lump sum, I'm not sure, but basically, however much energy you're making per turn goes down to 0 once you've built that. So it is a little bit of a weird victory type, to say the least. Starting to get to the point now where the workers are getting slightly redundant. There's still a few things that they could build. We could certainly go and build a work barge on that algae up there. I think I really should, actually, so let's go ahead and do that. You're going to continue to work your way down there. The ruins are still there for now, which is good. Construct a quarry, thank you very much. We've done the float stone, that is nice. I guess we could come over here, clear that miasma, and then turn it into a farm or something useful, because we are still using it as a... it does have the solar collector over it, so to give us a better excuse to work it. We should be able to wipe that thing out completely, hopefully. Oh, no, not quite. That's a bit of a shame. It might retreat, though, because if he does try and attack us, he'll kill himself. He'll suicide. So he might actually leave us alone. No guarantees, though. And we'll probably just buy a worker here and buy all the tiles that we need. Although we should spread to the Phyrex site pretty quickly. Yeah, it has moved away from us. That's fully understandable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move forward slightly, see if I can see him. Can't actually see him now, and I'm going to move into my own territory. There he is. I will start to heal up while I'm in here now. Don't have enough to take a shot at him, but that's not too bad. Still going to take us a couple of turns to get there, but might be able to do it. You are going to clear that miasma first, possibly? Yeah, clear the miasma first. It's not as useful to have it for protection as it was before. You need to continue to Megan, unless somewhere else can give us a decent amount more gold. I mean, that's not bad. We'd gain 8 gold. No science from that one, but we'd be gaining more than they would. I don't mind giving the AI a little bit of energy, but I prefer not to give them science. I prefer not to give them anything that gives them a significant advantage over myself. And it makes her a little bit happier, of course, because we now have a trade going on. Because she's going to be unhappy. Well, it's not in her territory I'm going to be nicking stuff from. You're actually getting taken out by that PAC destroyer, so I'm fine with that. That's it. You get all of your workers out of my way. It is strange, once you put any unit into the water and they embark, they just turn into a little tiny boat. Even if it's like the big Xeno Titan for Harmony, they just become a little tiny boat. But workers do actually have their own dedicated little barge to move them around, which is nice. It'd be nice if they'd have done that with the other units. What have we got here? You're out of there. Oh, they've put a unit on to guard it. That's really annoying. They may not keep that unit there. It may move. So I'm just going to sit there for now and see if they do actually attempt to move it. It might be on the next turn. I don't think the AI... Yeah, he hasn't done. I was going to say, I don't think the AI actually has the programming to sit a unit on top of those things to protect them. Certainly it's something you do as a player, particularly if you're playing something like Civilization 5 and you've got things that you want to protect, like antiquities sites, and you've got open borders with somebody. So I can get into their borders now, and I can quite happily go ahead and construct an expedition. So that might actually allow us to get the second part. I assume we don't have the second part of the signal yet. Contact victory. Oh, we actually do have both pieces of the signal. I didn't even realise we'd done that. So, launching the Deep Space Telescope normally takes a long time to discover the signal. Last time I did it on the multiplayer game, it took like, I don't know, 30 turns to discover the signal. Maybe even more than that. But we now have to construct the project, decode the signal. I completely missed that one pop up because I was waiting for this to complete and didn't realise that it happened so quickly. But we definitely want that progenitor ruin anyway because they're normally fairly good. We can always go ahead and nab those skeleton ruins as well, and we'll see what we can get. Should just pay more attention to what I'm doing, but I don't know all the victory types all that well anyway. What's going on down here? You're attacking Shackleton, are you? I'd prefer it if you didn't, because I'm trading with it. See, that's because the AI wants to expand towards it. Yeah, I'd prefer not to lose Shackleton, because I am actually gaining stuff from it, but... I mean, I could try and pay the AI not to attack Shackleton. The problem is, I'd pay them, they wouldn't attack, and then as soon as the deal expires, they'd start attacking them again anyway, so it's kind of pointless. You might as well continue going to Bano Musa then. We're certainly going to need that if Shackleton gets destroyed. Trade vessel. So yeah, you're going to Shackleton. And I'm getting quite a lot of nice stuff from there. Who is it that's attacking Shackleton? It's the purple guys, isn't it? No. It's KTP.
Namaste.
Would you please...
What would you have?
Oh no, I can't tell you to make peace with the discuss. Stop using covert. Stop attacking the aliens. Nope. What about demand? No, I don't think I can actually tell them to stop attacking the station, which is a little bit of a shame. Could go to war with them myself, but I don't really have an awful lot over here that I could do. I could try and bombard them from the ocean with my cruiser, but it's probably not worth it. I prefer, like I said, I prefer them not to destroy Shackleton, but I don't really think I can stop them from doing it, so we'll just let them get on with it, and unfortunately we'll have to find somewhere else to get our energy from. Though, like I said, once I've actually managed to construct the beacon, it won't really be that much of a difference. And this is what I said about cities and structures being very, very squishy. They fall so easily. Although there is now a derelict settlement there, and I may prefer to dig that up as opposed to the alien skeleton. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so what do we have here? Production in Prosperity. You've finished the mass digester, which is quite nice. Go ahead and build me another solar collector. Yep, the PAC's declared war on the Slavic Federation again. Gran Exeter, you finished whatever you were building. Actually, you've finished the mass digester, so that should help with the money situation a little bit. You can build a solar collector as well. Trade vessel here. Shackleton obviously has been destroyed, so that's why we've got this trade vessel back. Don't think there's any more stations we can trade with. So where could we get a decent amount of energy from? Best one we could probably get there is +5. We would be giving 4 science away, which I really don't want to do, considering they are top of the scoreboard as is. But I think that might just be something that we have to do. 6 turns away from decoding the signal. I'm going to be really gutted now if I lose this game by a couple of turns because I didn't notice that we'd already discovered the second part of the signal. 13 turns away from building the Cynosure. We might get it. I'm not entirely convinced we will, but it's definitely within the realms of possibility. Still got decent happiness. We'll see how that gets affected when we get our next city, when that finally finishes. You fully healed, but that's fine. You can just stay there on alert. Straight on to the next turn. Not an awful lot we could do there, really. What I may do, actually, is continue towards the Emancipation victory. Although, saying that, that takes such a long time to do, it would probably be quicker just to try and do the Supremacy victory. But maybe I should think about that as a backup anyway. So Prosperity has finished the solar collector. So what would be good for you? Probably, yeah, you can't build another solar collector at the moment. Let's go on to research for you then. Solar collector, ready to launch. You can just go right over the city, should be good enough. Now, science-wise, what do we need to go into if we want to get the Emancipation Victory? We need the Lasercom satellite, don't we? So we'll have to go down there and into orbital networks. It'll take a little bit of time, but probably won't have time to have a backup plan, which is another thing with Beyond Earth. You pretty much have to go for one victory type and sort of stick with it. There isn't really a sort of a way around it. Do we want the extra health and science there? I mean, we're probably capped on local health anyway, so there's probably not an awful lot of point in doing so. We do have a solar collector there. Let's go ahead and launch that first, because you can only have one satellite in the city. They're a bit like units, so we'll go ahead and launch that solar collector, and then it may allow us to build another one there then. Yep, indeed it does, so we can put that over one of our other cities. What else do we have? That worker, you have finished on the basalt. That geothermal is always going to be too far away, so I can't do an awful lot about that there. Is there any other tiles? I suppose we could go ahead and get a mine up there. It would give us a little bit more production, or even a generator, quite possibly. That could be useful. You've built the farm there. Let's go ahead onto this tile. We'll clear that miasma, and then we will build a generator there. Trade convoy. You were going to Thabo. Let's carry that on because we do need the money. Another virtue coming up in 7 turns. Possibly there might be something that gives us additional money. I don't think there is now though. I guess that one. Applied aesthetics, earn energy equal to 30% of the culture that we generate. We're generating 77 culture, so we're looking at sort of getting, I don't know, about sort of 24, 25 energy per turn. Not that it's going to make an awful lot of difference, like I said, once we've built the beacon, but it would give us another level 2 virtue, which would give us a free virtue and another covert agent. So with that free virtue, we could then possibly take the reduced science penalty. So minus 40% science penalty from the number of cities. That could be useful. I don't think there's anything else particularly that we need to go into, but that's something that we'll have to do on another video because we've gone over time. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying Civilization Beyond Earth, and I'll see you on the next video. Until then, goodbye for now.